Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and I'm going to try a little bit of a different style of video. I am taking this Ram Rebel over to Park City, Utah to do a comparison against a Chevy Trail Boss later today. So I figured since I'm going to be doing a round trip of over 40 miles, we could get a fuel economy test and I could give you guys some more in-depth impressions with the new Rebel that has the new Hurricane engine. So with that being said, huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Dodge Ram and Heber for giving me some time with this truck and letting me do this little test on the truck, and then obviously the comparison as well. Link to their inventory in the description down below. Link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get right into it. First things first, reset the fuel economy, and 55 miles of range is what this states, and we've got a commute that's going to be over 40 miles round trip and 2,000 feet in elevation gain. So let's hope we don't get stranded here in the Ram. I think we'll be fine. Once we get up and moving and get like a better fuel economy reading, the computer will reset and it'll end up showing more range. That's what happened last time. Ended up showing a lot more range. What I will say is, this ain't no Hemi, but the more that I review this new Hurricane, the more that just dropped down to 50 miles of range. No! Anyways, the more I review this new Hurricane, the more I like it. It's a really solid powertrain. It's quiet. And that's one of the things, so the new Ram 1500 that they released back in, this is a refresh of the 2019 model year truck. Just a really nice put together truck in terms of, the interior quality, like fit and finish is really tight with this truck. It feels really well built, but it's got really good cabin insulation too. Car just drove by and didn't really hear all that much. It definitely feels more like a luxury vehicle. And so I think that's something that's really cool with the new truck, and this new Hurricane engine adds to that luxury feel because it's so quiet. At low speeds, you hear a little bit of the engine working. You can just hear this, and it's because it's an inline six and not a V6, it's a lot smoother with the sound. It's just kind of like this very, not low pitched, but kind of like low decibel tone. It's not bad at all. Suspension's really smooth on the new Ram in general, but this Rebel package with those 33s, I think it helps smooth things out even more because the tires have so much sidewall. It's really nice. Yeah, it's a comfortable driving experience. So I'll get you guys the next clip once we're doing the big hill climb and see how the truck performs, how this Hurricane performs doing the hill climb, and then also, moving those 33s. We are about to start the first part of the big hill climb here with the Ram Rebel. And what I want to say is there are some key differences I notice here with the Rebel compared to the regular 1500. So it seems like over big bumps it does better compared to that bighorn that I drove in this same route. And then there is more tire noise. You do notice that. Now, it's not obnoxious. It's still pretty quiet when it comes to tire noise, but there's more of it. So that is something to consider. And this is something I love about the new Hurricane. So look at this. We're going up this hill, and I'm slightly gaining speed, and I'm only hovering at mid 2000s with the RPMs. That's so impressive. Now I'm getting, it says my current MPG, 11 miles per gallon. So, it is sipping through fuel a little bit quicker. 9, geez, that's the instant, obviously not the average. But you guys have to remember that when I come down here, obviously it's going to go in the opposite direction, where the fuel economy is going to be really good because when you're going downhill, you're not having to use as much power. That slowed down really fast. Well, brakes work. That's good. Wow, that slowed down really, really fast. One of the semi-trucks must have pulled in front or something. wonder if they're ever going to widen the, I don't think so, but if they ever widen the road up here, because it's not bad, but it's definitely getting up there. It's definitely getting up there. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, right now I'm hovering at 2,000 RPMs. That's what, I really like that. I really wonder how that high output would perform in this because of the extra torque that it has. Because that's all this is it's just feeding off of the torque. Yeah, that's impressive. I think that first hill, I might be wrong, but I think that because from Heber to Park City is 2,000 feet in gain, and I think that first hill might be the first 1,000, roughly. I should look up the elevation of this, well, that's not gonna be accurate because I was gonna say I could look up the elevation of the reservoir, but we're higher than the reservoir. I'll still look it up and then I can kind of, I'll find something in the area so I can see. It'd just be interesting to see how much elevation you gain with that one hill. Or for the East Coasters, that one mountain. What you guys call mountains, we call hills out here. Yeah, so far it's smooth, and I'm not struggling to keep up with traffic at all, and I'm not having to like go up to 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs to do so. I'm just cool and calm and collected at 2,000 RPMs for most of the time. So we are nearing the end of the hill climb section, and we're getting about the same fuel economy as what a Hemi gets at sea level. I'm just kidding, but not really at the same time, because I had a couple of Ram Hemis, even the e-torque, right? I think that, yeah, my Rebel was an e-torque, and I averaged, like, this is what I averaged, like 12-13 miles per gallon in those trucks, and that was down at 4,000 feet elevation roughly, and not doing big hill climbs like this, just kind of day-to-day commuting. So it looks like in the real world, you know, on paper the Hurricane's more economical, but it's also more economical in the real world. It's kind of rare that you see that with these turbocharged engines. I'd still be interested to see how this performs towing with fuel economy, because yeah, that always, you know, turbocharged engines, they pull the trailers fine, but they always struggle when it comes to economy with towing. So yeah, that's impressive though, being able to get mid-12s with a 2,000 foot change in elevation. So yeah, I like this. And now let's talk about the driving, and then I'm gonna go do my filming over in Park City now that we're kind of getting in there, and then come back, and then I'll give you guys a final reading on the Rebel fuel economy with this same driving route. And if you guys want to see more vehicles with this driving route that are from either, so I could do this driving route with Ford, Chevy, and Ram, because those are the dealerships that are up here. If there's any vehicles you want to see go through this route, let me know, because then I can put together comparisons, so I can do kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone type deal, like I'm doing right now. But ride quality is comfortable. Wind noise, not too bad. It's usually pretty windy up here, which it is right now, and we're at a pretty quick pace, but it's not bad at all. Ride quality is really comfortable, seats are comfortable. It's just a nice vehicle. This is a luxury car. It's a pickup truck, but it also doubles as a luxury car. I think Ram might do the luxury thing better than anyone else in the truck world because of that multi-link in the back. Toyota's got multi-link in the back of theirs now too, but the Toyota's just, they're not uncomfortable, but they're just not as comfortable. And I still want to get a comparison with this against the Tundra. I think I'd be interested to see because I did the Ford EcoBoost versus this, but yeah, this against that Tundra, especially the Tundra's hybrid. That'd be interesting to see. Tundra hybrid versus the high output on this. You can do, I could do also the standard output, whatever you want to see there. But nice truck. I like how it drives. This is a great daily driver. If you had to have one vehicle that did it all, I think this Rebel package is pretty dang close. It's obviously not a sports car, so that's where the Ram RHO, you give up some truck capability to have also a sports car built into the truck. But with this Ram Rebel, you get something that's capable off-road. It's a luxury vehicle on-road. It can still tow. It's got, I mean, 1,500 pounds of payloads. It's pretty solid. Can tow over 10,000 pounds. So this really, and it's got tons of space in that backseat area. I mean, it's a lounge back there, so you can fit plenty of people, car seats, all that kind of stuff. So it really is a does it all type vehicle. So let me know what you guys think about the new Ram Rebel. But I think out of Ram's lineup, unless you have to have cooled seats, which I think you can still get that in a GT. I just think they're expensive. I think this might be the best bang for your buck, because the Bighorn is, if you get like a loaded up Bighorn, you're like $63,000. This is $69,000 for the MSRP, and it's a lot of money. 70 grand is that's a big chunk of change. But for the equipment you get, for the looks you get, like this is a truck that I know people that buy the Rebels, they keep them for a long time. This is a truck that you buy and you keep for the next, 5-10 years. So yeah, let me know what you think about the Rebel, but I'm super impressed, and I do think that this is in fact the sweet spot for the Ram lineup until I test that new RHO. Maybe I'll change my mind after I test out the RHO and give you guys a final fuel economy reading, and hope you have a good day. Well, the dealership's basically right over there, so we're pretty much done. 18 miles per gallon. I think that was relatively similar to what I got in the Bighorn. So it doesn't look like you really lose fuel economy with the Rebel. So 392 axle ratio plus the bigger tires, which, I mean, that's good. You still get good fuel economy. I mean, that's, again, going from 5,000 to 8,000, or not 8,000, 7,000 feet in elevation with 33-inch tall tires and a full-size pickup truck and getting almost 20 miles per gallon. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. Let me know your thoughts on the new Rebel.